New doesn't always mean better, especially when it comes to homes, because what can look like a great deal on paper might actually end up costing you thousands of dollars in the long run, unless you know what to look for. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the biggest things to watch out for when buying a new construction house, things like upgrade traps, hidden fees, and things that the builder reps won't even tell you. But before we get into all of that, if we have not met yet, my name is Brock and I sell new construction homes all over San Antonio and the surrounding areas. So if you have any questions about buying a new build house, or if you would like some help finding that new construction house for you and your family, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I've got all of my contact information down below, and I would love to help you however that looks for you and your family. So please do not hesitate to reach out whenever you need some help. Now let's go ahead and dive on into some of these reasons that new construction homes may not be the best deal out there. And we're going to start with one of the biggest things and what I like to call an upgrade trap. More times than not, whenever you go out to a new construction community, at least here in the San Antonio area, you're going to encounter a model home where the sales reps are. Most of the time, these model homes are decked out to the nines, they look beautiful, and they do this for a couple of reasons. One of the big reasons is the builder wants to wow you. They want you to look at their house, see how beautiful it is, and want you to ultimately buy one of their houses. So they try to make these houses be staged perfectly. They put all of the upgrades and fancy features in these houses to attract you to want to buy one of their houses. Now, the bigger reason behind some of this is the fact that they want to showcase what they are capable of as a builder. Whenever they make all of these nice upgrades to a house and show you the nice granite countertops and the upgraded flooring, the 3-car garage, maybe the bay window in the primary bedroom, or maybe the office space is an additional bedroom and bathroom, they're doing this to show you what they're capable of doing in their houses and show you a lot of different options when it comes to not only the finish outs on the house, but also the structural options that they do offer as the builder. So whenever you go into a model home, if you are liking exactly what you see on the model home, please note that a lot of those things are upgrades and actually cost more than just the base price of the houses. See, a lot of the builders too, they will advertise just the base price of the house. So when you're online looking at the builder's website, you're going to be seeing different floor plans that they offer, and most of the time they always say starting from a certain price, and that certain price that they're advertising is going to be their base price, which is not going to include all of these fancy upgrades and structural changes that they may offer. So just know that the base price is the base price for very standard finishes, and if you don't know what those standard finishes are, let's ask the sales rep and find out what those finishes are, because more likely than not, again, whatever you're seeing in the model home is not going to be a standard finish in most of the cases. There are some builders here in the San Antonio area that, they build all the houses very similarly. So you do in fact see some of the standard finishes and options on homes whenever you go into the model homes. But whenever we're talking about some of these semi-custom and especially fully custom home builders, just about everything could potentially be an upgrade or structural option. So we need to make sure to clarify what these items are so that you know what you may want in the house and that it's going to cost some more. Okay, so now moving on into the next reason why some of these new build homes may not be the best deal has to do with the lack of negotiating power in some cases. Now, a lot of the times, especially in the current market here in 2025, builders are willing to negotiate on a lot of things and help buyers out. But if the market shifts and becomes a seller's market, these builders are not going to be willing to negotiate. For instance, back in 2020, 2021, and even parts of 2022, it was very much a buyer's market and a lot of builders couldn't keep up with the demand. So these builders started creating interest lists, and they legitimately had a list of buyers that were interested in homes, and they would just kind of go down the list whenever a home became available to the next available person on the list to try to sell that home for them. In this case, the builder didn't budge on the price. They didn't give incentives, because if that buyer didn't want that house at that price, there was already someone else in line waiting for that house and willing to pay that price. So that had a huge effect on the seller's willingness to negotiate. Now, while we're on the topic of negotiating with the builder, a lot of these times these builders are going to be advertising incentives to entice you to want to come in and buy one of the houses. They may be offering things like interest rate buy downs, covering your closing costs, or throwing in extra goodies like appliances, irrigation system blinds, whatever it may be. They may be offering these things, but they don't tell you, at least immediately, that these incentives and things that they're offering to you are usually often tied with you using their preferred lender. So if you don't want to use ABC Mortgage Company that's owned by ABC Builder, then you're not going to get those incentives, because that's the only way to get those incentives. So it kind of forces you to use that preferred lender. Most of the time though, it is advantageous for you guys to work with that preferred lender that the builder has, so you can take advantage of those incentives and get all of those good things, because it will ultimately save you a lot of money, at least when you're buying the house up front. Now, the third reason why a new construction house may not be the best deal for you is in regards to construction delays and even long wait times to build a house. A lot of folks that I end up working with really want to be in a house in the next 30 to 60 days. So building a house from the ground up is just not in the plans. Fortunately, there are a lot of builders that have inventory inventory homes that are already complete with construction or very close to complete with construction. So they do have a lot of homes available in that time frame of 30 to 60 days. However, if you want a very specific floor plan that may not be available, or maybe you want to customize it to be yours from the ground up, then you're going to have to wait a little while to be able to get exactly what you want. A lot of the builders here in San Antonio take anywhere between about 5 to 8 months to build a house. Usually I see about 6 to 7 months to build a house. So knowing that it's going to take anywhere between 5 to 8 months may not be in your timeline depending on how urgently you need to move into a house. Now, if you have ample amounts of time, of course, then there's going to be plenty of time to go through the entire construction process and build exactly what you want in a house from the builder that you want to buy from. However, in the construction space, there is no guarantee that it's only going to take 5 to 8 months. It may take longer due to construction delays, which can cause a lot of additional stress and headaches. Even on a house that's, about 30 to 60 days out, there could potentially be some delays or issues that come up that may delay closing by a few days, a few weeks, or maybe even a month, depending on what the issue is. And unfortunately, a lot of these construction delays are things that are uncontrollable. So even though a house may take 5 to 8 months to build on paper, there are a lot of things that are uncontrollable in the construction space that could cause delays. And unfortunately, some of those things just can't be seen until it happens. Things like weather delays, that could prohibit the foundation from being poured for maybe a few days or a few weeks, depending on how bad the weather may be. There could be things like material shortages. I know back in 2021, there was a shortage of dishwashers for a short amount of time. And so houses couldn't be complete without a dishwasher because that's what comes in these homes, and they needed them inside the house to complete construction. But the point is here is there are a number of things that could potentially delay the construction of your house. And any one of those things could, again, cause the delay for a few days, maybe a week, maybe a couple of weeks, whatever it may be. But these delays could add potential stress to you depending on your situation, right? Like if you already know that you're selling your house and maybe you're in between houses, hotel costs, short-term rental costs, whether it's Airbnb or Vrbo, all of those things can really add up and cause additional stress. Of course, having to move twice or be in between houses is never any fun. So just knowing that there could be construction delays and potential added stress to your life, this could be a solid reason in itself that folks do not like to go with a new construction house. All right, now the next thing I want to talk about is something I haven't seen too often, but I have seen it with a couple of builders here in San Antonio. There are some builders that will put hidden fees inside of their contracts, and unless you read the contract or know about it ahead of time, you're not going to see that fee, but you will be required to pay it because you signed the contract. There's one builder, and I really do not like them personally. I'm not going to mention them by name, but if you want to know who they are, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll let you know. They do have a builder fee. Yes, this builder has a builder fee hidden in their contract, and this is basically just a fee that they charge because they can. They're saying, hey, because we've decided to build a house and sell it to you, you're going to have to pay us an additional fee for doing that. And this fee is kind of minimal. It's only like $1,500 or so last time I saw it, but it's still an extra $1,500 that they're charging you for whatever reason. So if you are buying a new construction house, let's make sure to look over that contract together, make sure you know all of the fees associated with buying that house, because the last thing you want to do is buy this house, get to the closing table, and realize that there's hidden fees. So again, this is only cut down to one, maybe two builders I've encountered and worked with here in the San Antonio area. Most other builders are very upfront with their fees and have very minimal fees, but this one builder, again, in particular, I personally do not like it. I don't know many people who really do like them, but they do have a market. They do sell their homes. They are one of the larger national builders around the United States, and they sell a lot of homes, and they charge a fee for building a house that they decided to build and sell. So I don't like it, but there are some potential hidden fees out there. So let's just read those contracts and make sure you, again, know what you are paying for and what you are buying. Now, the final thing I want to share with you guys today on this topic is in regards to the quality of houses and any potential inspection concerns that may come up. See, not all of the builders are built the same. They all have different levels of quality and expertise. And so with this, you're going to get different levels of quality of a product when it comes to a house. I do have a list of videos that I've created on the YouTube channel where I talk about my top 5 favorite builders in San Antonio. All of those builders and a few more that I didn't put in that video, I think build amazing homes. They have really great quality, but there are some homes that I refuse to really go film and put out there because I just do not like the quality of these builders. I think some of these builders have a very low quality product. You can tell that these builders use very inexpensive materials and they don't really care as much when they build these homes. So you can really see uneven walls and uneven floors and just all kinds of things that are kind of low quality. And with those homes, of course, you get a lower price point to buy a house from. But despite all of that, again, there are just some builders that do really well at building homes and others that just don't do as well. Now, regardless if the house is very well built from the beginning, or maybe it's one of those lower quality ones that aren't as attractive, they don't have the same quality of craftsmanship to them. Regardless, there may be a time where issues come up within a house. And fortunately, Unfortunately, with new construction homes, there are warranties. Of course, there are very limited times on these warranties, so depending on when these issues arise depends on if the warranty will cover it or not. However, if it does fall into that warranty period, you can always work with the builder to get that issue fixed before it gets worse. The unfortunate thing here is that if it does fall under the warranty period and it is covered by warranty, then you do have to take time out of your personal life to deal with these contractors and wait for them to come and fix the issue. It is a small inconvenience to get those issues fixed, but it does have a warranty and you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket if it is in fact covered under this warranty. Well, that is all I had to share with you guys today, and I hope you found it useful. And I'd really like to know from you guys, are you considering buying a new construction house soon, or did you buy one recently? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so if you could drop those comments down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And while you're there, if you haven't already, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and like this video and hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss another video that I post for you guys in the future. And so while you guys are doing that, if you happen to have any questions about buying a new build house, or if you would like some help finding that new build house for you and your family, again, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to be a resource for you guys, and I have all of my contact information down below again in the description for you, so I would love to hear from you guys soon. But with that, thank you one last time for watching this video today. I hope you guys have an incredible day, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon.